So I actually want to talk about failure today and that sort of emotional feeling that you get when you have failure and you experience failure, because we all go through this. And I actually want to tell you that it's totally okay to have these feelings. And you probably should wallow in those feelings for a bit. But then I want you to keep pushing past those particular feelings in realize that the thing that you're doing and the thing that's giving you some sort of signal of failure, it's just information. That's it. That's all you have to look at it. And really lose yourself or lose that sort of view that this is somehow stigmatizing and that this is going to be problematic in your life and forever you're going to be labeled as a failure. And I don't care what you have failed at, whether it is a test, for example, maybe it is a grade that you experience as failure, maybe it is you're at a job and somebody told you you're a complete failure. All of that stuff is complete garbage, because all it is doing and that sort of emotional impact that you have, you feel all sorts of different kinds of emotions like shame. You feel just that you're not good enough. You feel that you somehow screwed up in life. You feel that you go into all sorts of states of depression and all those kind of things because you reflect on it and then you forever start thinking about it and you bring it up over and over and over again. And the longer that I've done this, the longer that I've sort of lived life, the more that I realize that those things, they loop in your mind and they constantly you're thinking about those things. But I want you to detach from that and realize all it was just information that somebody gave to you. And there's two things that are really important with that information. The first thing, it's just information. All it's saying is that you maybe should redo that thing and retry that particular thing. And the second thing that I think, and this is really important that all of us forget, it's just a subjective opinion by one person, or maybe it's two people. That's it. It is just a subjective opinion from somebody else that said, yeah, you might need to rework this particular thing. So sometimes we get confused on what it means to sort of view failure or think about it. We get those emotional reactions from failure, but what you can do is keep working through it and working with it. So if it's because of a subjective opinion, I want you to just go and try something else. Go and explore the world. Go find different people. It might be the case that that thing that you're working on is not necessarily, they just don't see it the same way that you see it. And you just have to find somebody that is going to resonate with that particular thing. So sometimes you're going to fail at a test. For example, maybe you're in high school at this moment, you're watching this, it's 2 a.m, and you're watching this, that's what people do on YouTube, and you're thinking that you're a complete failure. You're not. You just failed some stupid test. I have failed so many things in my life. My whole life has been about failure. I started out when I was in special ed for years of my life until I think it was about grade 5. I was in special ed. I was the last person ever to do anything in sports. I was that person, you watch those movies where people are picked last on baseball teams. It was always me. It was always the last person. I was, there's just so many things where I just was not very good at and I didn't excel early on in my life. And what I've realized, and once you get to the point that you are, 40 years old and you look around, so I'm 41 years old, and you look around, you realize that those things were totally meaningless. And those things that people viewed you as like, oh, you're not good enough, what a load of horse crap. Because I'm the only one that's actually still doing this in my life and still pushing forward and actually doing things and trying compared to a lot of people that appeared a lot more successful than I was throughout the process. I'm still running on a regular basis. You ask probably almost everybody that I went to school with, there are probably very few people still running, still exercising on a regular basis. You think about people that I was viewed as a complete failure, and you think about like people would sort of say, oh, you're not going to be good enough. Well, I went to the best engineering school in Canada. I went to, after that, then I went and did my doctorate, and I'm a business school professor, a tenured business school professor. All of those kind of things that people have said and sort of thought about. Totally meaningless. But I'm not going to discount any of that kind of stuff and those experiences that you will have. And they really do sting. They really stung me for a long time. And in fact, I'm probably highly stigmatized from those things. My personality would be totally different than somebody that I was, very, successful and things came easy and all those kind of things. But for me, I have to try at things and I have to repeatedly try for a long time. And so if this is you, realize that it's okay. And when you're going through those experiences, when you're going through those moments where people are sort of saying that this thing that you're working on is not good, it's a subjective opinion by somebody that probably does not know a lot. They're not going to see where you're going to go in this world. They're not going to see the end picture. So don't get caught up on that. Don't get caught up on that. And just keep moving forward and finding something that you resonate with. And that thing that you resonate might be totally different, and that is okay. You just have to find that particular thing. I do not believe that everybody should be doing the exact same thing in this world. That's nonsense. What you should be looking for are, if that's a moment where maybe you're not doing that good, maybe you're doing something in math. Well, first of all, try again. Try and try again. Try it 3, 4, 5 times to actually really do it, and study really hard to try and find some help. Get some tutors. Get all those kind of things. Get all those resources that you can get. But then if that doesn't work out and you're really struggling with it, find the gift that you're good at and pursue that particular thing. Maybe you're really good at social interactions and talking to people. Well, then play that up. There's so many things in this world. There's so many jobs in this world that need somebody like you. You could be extremely valuable and make a lot of money in this world and do really amazing things. I mean, think about all the people that are highly successful in this world that just talk. A lot of politicians, right? A lot of leaders in organizations, a lot of salespeople. That's all they do is they just talk and they communicate and they do things with people, and it's a highly important career to do those things. Maybe you're not chatty, and maybe you are really dealing with things and you're going inward with that. Well, that is okay too. Find those things that you can do, those repeated tasks over again. Computer programming is very much like a repeated task that you do over again, and you can do extremely well in this world. So what I'm doing and what I'm saying is, don't let those subjective opinions of people, from a couple people that don't know who you are, dictate your life. And when you do get some negative information in your life and negative feedback in your life, treat it as just information. Treat it as, this is just somebody saying something, and maybe I need to refine it and keep going and keep pushing forward with this. Don't let it rule your life. It is just some silly little opinion about you. You can pick up, you can get going. You just have to pick it up, get going, and do it, and get back at it. All right, so with this, give me a thumbs up and do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care. Bye.